What's up, friends? I cannot tell you how satisfying it is to have like a bona fide emo feeling record again. I was seriously just thinking to myself the other day, like, man, I'm so tired of these, solo people working with Travis Barker on some pop punk. It just doesn't capture the feel for me. It's just not like emo used to be. Emo is probably like one of my favorite genres, up there with EDM and pop. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I haven't heard a good emo record in a while. And then one of my favorite local bands just whips out a great album. I've been waiting for this. This is what I've been wanting. And here we have it, Humanity, Sleep Eater. It's great. It's everything I want in an emo record, really. It doesn't have maybe quite as much screaming as I would like. More like yelling, which is cool. I've heard Mikey scream before, and he screams on this record. It's just often relegated to the background. I feel like, in general, they've turned in their, really screamo vibes for a more like emo pop. They've tried to make their songs a little bit more accessible, toning down on the complications and making them cleaner, tighter. And it sounds good. It's a good fit for them. Like I said, I do miss some of the... I bumped that. I do miss some of the old screaming and some of that like looser feel, but I do like how tight they are. It sounds really good. It sounds really clean. All around, really impressed. Mikey's vocals are sounding good, very good. At times, they came off a little nasally to me, but in general, they sound really good. They sound really strong, and they sound really tortured, which is great. That's exactly what I want with emo. I want a tortured soul, and this guy, Mikey's just sounded tortured. I thought it was cool that they were able to kind of balance intensity. The guitar sounded a lot better on this album. Some catchier melodies. Mostly, though, it's just so infectious. It's one of those albums that was hard to stop listening to. It's one of those albums you just play and you just keep listening to. It's very listenable. It's not like, radio pop, where sometimes the choruses can get overly annoying, and after listening to them, 20 times, you're just like, I'm done. This is an album that is very replayable. I don't know if you guys had this experience growing up where you would have, a CD or a mixtape, and you'd put it in your car, and sometimes that CD wouldn't leave your car for like months. If I had a Humanity CD and I put it in my car, it would take a while for that to leave the CD player. It's just good point A to point B driving music. Nice and energetic when it needs to be, and it finds a nice balance. Some favorite tracks, I like The Truth. I like the balance of kind of a softer vibe and then getting into that harder hitting stuff in the choruses. The guitars sound really cool, the kind of higher arpeggiations. Ferda, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Great song as well. I liked the piano on that one, just the kind of rolling down. I also like the really triumphant vibe on it, a good finisher. That's how you want to finish your album, is just something strong and powerful. It reminded me of, Famous Last Words, which also has that really triumphant, gritty feel. I like the tones of their guitars, very intense, and they knew when to just really rock you to your core. Some cool metal influences there that stuck out to me in a nice way. I also really enjoyed the song Apricots. That was probably my favorite song on the album. It felt happy in the verses. I don't know if that's the wrong word to use. That's how it felt to me. And then once it got to the choruses, it was just like, dum, and it got that intensity back. And so I like that contrast within a song. It didn't feel out of place, and it felt like it made sense in capturing the full breadth of the emotion. In general, the album is very cohesive. The one exception, I would say, is the song A Little Rain. A Little Rain is cool. It's got a cool vibe. I just don't know how it fits among the rest of the album, just because the drums are so distinct from everything else. They're hip-hop drums. And there's nothing wrong with having a song with hip-hop drums in an album. It's just the fact that there's only one, and there was nothing else to hint toward that kind of threw me off, where when I got to the song, I was like, wait, what? What's going on here? So it didn't feel bad. It just felt out of place. Very slow vibe, mainly just, piano and hip hop drums, which I think it's nice to have a track like that because it does slow down the mix, I would have liked maybe more hip hop drum tracks. I think Mikey's vocals go well with that vibe, and I think they could have incorporated some of those electronic elements into more songs. So that's kind of how that song made me feel like, oh, okay, well, this doesn't feel like it completely fits, although I would like it to fit. I wanted it to mesh better. Probably my one major complaint, that and the not screaming as much. Though all around, good album. Really clean, cool stuff. Hope they continue to have lots of success. I'm excited to go back to shows of theirs once things open up, and I recommend if you're in Vegas or just in general, I'd follow these guys. Sleep Eater's great. Up and coming group to watch out for. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, go find Sleep Eater. Listen to their stuff too. Let me know if you want me to review any music. I'm normally reviewing bigger stuff, but if there's a small band who I really think is got potential, I'll review them as well. That's it. Catch you on the flip.